We've got a special guest whom I think a lot of people will be happy to see, mashallah. I'm very happy to see. It's our brother, Frédéric Kanouté. Assalamu alaikum, brother Frédéric.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Comment ça va?
Ça va, alhamdulillah. Oh, we're going to do it in French. Good.
No, I'm afraid not. That's as far as my French goes. I'm afraid. Sorry, typical English guy doesn't speak any French.
Yeah, no, you just got the intro bit and then
that's about it. That's as far as I go, yeah.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah. You're looking very well.
Thank you very much.
Quarantine seems to be treating you very good, Akhi, MashaAllah, looking healthy.
Yeah, we do what we can, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah.
So where are you based at the moment?
London.
Oh, you're in London?
Yeah.
Okay, mashallah, you're not far away at all then, alhamdulillah.
No.
So you're usually based in London, are you?
Yes.
Okay, mashallah. So we must get you on more often, inshallah.
No, seeing as you're a Londoner, yeah, local lad, we'll have to bring you down the studio one day, Sheikh, inshallah. I've got a quick question for you. A lot of people are going to be watching the show right now and saying, you know what? How is he keeping fit at this time? A lot of people want to know, footballers, sports people, athletes like yourself, what are you guys doing in this time when you're restricted in your movement? What are you doing to keep fit?
Okay, I'm not an athlete anymore. I'm an ex-athlete, so I have excuses now. But no, yeah, I try to. I go in my garden. Alhamdulillah, I'm lucky enough to have a garden. So I play with my kids in the garden every now and then, almost every day. Play football. I do other stuff as well to try to stay fit.
MashaAllah.
Okay, mashallah. I've got a football question for you, brother Frédéric.
Tell me.
And the question is, what do you think should happen to the Premier League at the moment, seeing it's on hold at the moment? What do you think should happen?
This is a tough question, especially for Liverpool fans. I don't know. I think it's strange just to decide that a team is right now champion without giving a chance to the other teams to catch up. So I don't think any team is going to be declared champion unless we finish the league. But honestly, the last few days I haven't been thinking much of that, and I can hear a lot of footballers as well that they say that it's far from being their priority. They just focus and they just focus and emphasize the fact that the most important thing is that people stay healthy, and that's it.
What about a solution? We're discussing amongst some of their brothers is that we'll just cut the trophy in half and then we can give them half a trophy. What do you think?
I think there is space and room for something clever to do this season, but I don't know. It's really it's
a tricky one.
Unprecedented time. So of course some clever solution will have to be found, inshallah.
Okay, and obviously you played for different clubs around the world. You played for Tottenham Hotspur at 3 Point Lane, and also you played for West Ham United, and you also played for Sevilla as well, I think.
Yes, true.
Where do you feel was where you played your most successful football?
Obviously, it was Seville. I know that we are gonna have more like EPL fans here listening, but yeah, my most successful spell was in Seville, where as soon as I arrived, I won trophies. And like collective and personal trophies. So yeah, it was a fantastic time. But I enjoyed my time in West Ham and Tottenham very much as well. Yeah.
Of course, I mean it's always inspiring for us as Muslims to see fellow Muslims performing at the really highest level and being such a good example for Muslims.
Now, a lot of the shabab or the youth are going to be watching this now, and they're going to be desperate to know, outside of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessing you, what can be done by the youth, and what can you advise them for them to be able to achieve, the level of game that you have done in football or in any sport? What advice do you have for them?
Well, it's a very tough and broad question. I think it's just like what I would like to say to the youth, or the same thing I would say to my own kids. It's just like, don't waste your time, and just be passionate about something, and stick to it as much as possible, and be and have a lot of determination, be a lot of sabr and resilience, because not setbacks are something guaranteed. So you'll have to be ready to go through these difficult periods, to make it through, or to make it to your objectives. I think this particular period in this confinement time, I think it's a good time to use efficiently our own time, and especially the youth, because obviously we shouldn't spend our days sleeping, but instead we could prepare better and plan better for what's going to happen during. First, Ramadan is a fantastic opportunity to reconnect with oneself, to reconnect with Allah, and to reconnect with the community, even though we can't get out of our homes. But also to prepare for after what's going to happen. So we make use of this time efficiently. Sometimes we know that the youth, they lack a little bit. And I was like this also. We all went through this time where we don't know what we're going to do with our lives. And I think it's a perfect opportunity to reflect, to ponder over our own lives, and how to have a better impact on our own lives and on the community at large. There is something I like to say in this kind of situation, is that we're never too young to do something. If you die tomorrow, you're a senior citizen today, you know. So it's sometimes we say, oh, I have time. We never know when we're going to die. So it would just be my advice to just make the most of every instant, every moment, to try to achieve as a believer and as a person.
Masha, you know, I think that over the past 5 years, especially in the Premier League, that there are many, not just in the Premier League, but around the world, many prominent Muslim footballers are not ashamed, and they're very proud to show that they are Muslim, alhamdulillah, more so than maybe 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I really believe that, you know, Brother Frédéric, that you are almost a pioneer, one of the first people to show people openly that I'm a Muslim, I have my faith, and that allowed other Muslim footballers really to show their faith. And it's been in the news, things like, you know, when it was the World Cup last year, I think, was it last year?
Yeah.
Or the year, sorry, even the year before, a couple of years ago, sorry, that there were many footballers, you know, playing in the World Cup, what they're going to do when they're fasting, you know, very famous players like, I don't know, Mohamed Salah and Kanouté, and they were asking, are they going to fast during the month of Ramadan? So it was a really good opportunity to, not necessarily to kind of push Islam over people, just to allow people to understand that, you know, you can be a footballer, you can be a Muslim, and you're just like everybody else in the community.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, you're really a good example for that, brother, mashallah.
Jazakallah khair, brother. I don't think I have had this impact or this responsibility, but alhamdulillah, if it has been useful for some brothers to not like be ashamed of what they are, of their identity, of their belief, I think it's really positive. And alhamdulillah, you're right in the fact that I remember when I was playing back in the days in West Ham, Tottenham, there were very few Muslim footballers, and now there are so many in the EPL and all over Europe, and they talk freely about their faith. So sometimes we also, as a community, I would like to say that we tend to complain a lot and not see the progress as well. Sometimes we complain about Islamophobia, which is a reality, but we also have to see that the wider picture, and whatever happens against us, we can see also that there is huge progress. And if we change ourselves, Allah will make it easy for us, inshallah. So it's just like, it's really positive when we see all these young, talented footballers being a good example for the youth, and showing them that they shouldn't be ashamed of their faith.
I think, you know, some of what you're saying is suitable for you to get on the minbar and give khutbah. That's some really, really good talk there, mashallah.
No,
May Allah bless you.
I've got another question for you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
What projects are you working on at the moment? And anything you want to share? Do you want to point us towards anything, your Instagram, whatever, to you know, the people maybe can help you out with, get involved with?
Yeah, I think I mean people can always follow me on the social networks I'm using, but basically I've set up a foundation long time ago, and our core project is Sakina Children's Village, is a children's village for orphans and vulnerable children we set up in Mali, so it's been almost 10 years now that it's working. Alhamdulillah, it's been something very, very important for me, but we'll share things for people to know about this project. And Alhamdulillah, I'm still also in the football industry, I would say. I'm a consultant for youth training, especially in Africa, and I have a sports management company. So we're representing some African, mainly African footballers that are now, Alhamdulillah, playing in the top leagues in Europe. So Alhamdulillah, things are going quite well.
MashaAllah.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all your endeavors. And
Ameen.
This is the first opportunity that I'm getting to really speak with you. I'm not sure if you can see us.
No,
but
can you see us?
I can see you guys.
Oh, you can. All right. Okay. So you'll recognize me if I bumped you in the street. We'll remember our conversation.
And also, it'd be nice to. There's a lot of work that goes on in London in Da'wah, and MashaAllah, may Allah bless you. It's very rare that we meet someone who's so open from a high-level athlete like yourself, who's so open to Da'wah. And it would be nice to perhaps pick your brain on a few projects. Maybe there's something you'd like to do in the Islamic world more. And maybe we can arrange something at another time, inshallah. How's that?
Inshallah, brother. Always happy to contribute in whatever way is possible. So Jazakallah khair for having me anyway.
Shukran.
It's our honor to have you, brother. Barakallahu feek. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you and protect your family, keep you safe. And I hope that Allah allows you to have a really beautiful Ramadan with your family.
Ameen.
And that maybe after Ramadan we can meet up sometime, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. May this difficult time be something positive, inshallah, for the whole ummah, but also for the whole humanity. It's difficult for everyone. Unprecedented times, but we really believe that everything happened for a reason, and so let's try to make the most of it and get out of this situation better people, inshallah.
Jazakallah khairan.
Jazakallah khair. Shukran, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. If I may say, Brother Farouk, that,
go on.
That throughout that conversation, how much positivity was said. Things like, as Muslims, we do tend to complain quite a lot.
Yes.
And I've seen that myself, about Islamophobia and playing the victim. And I think it's very important as Muslims not to be the victim, but to recognize that, yes, that there are problems that we need to kind of resolve. But on top of that, we need to be proactive and not just sit there and start pointing fingers at other people. As this is not the way of the Prophet ﷺ. When he was accused of being a poet, of being a magician or somebody who's insane, it was easy for the Muslims to say that we're easy targets, they're always picking on us. But the Quranic message is always to be on the front foot, to be positive. And that if people are addressing you in a bad way, that you give them something which is better. And that is to give them the message of Islam, and full of positivity, mashallah, what the brother is saying. May Allah bless